Been good, man. You know,
You are now listening to the City
talk.
Podcast.
Let's go. What up, man? What up?
What's going on, family? How y'all doing?
What's going on, good people? What's going on?
Chilling, man.
Yeah, sure.
Ah, man, another day, man. It's episode 11, guys.
Yeesh.
Yes, sir.
Flying through 'em.
Flying through. Why we flying so fast? Like so fast. Sucker.
Hey. Man,
Hey, momentum and discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I guess it's just in the plan, man.
Yeah.
It's just in the plan, though, you know?
man. It definitely feel good to be here. You know, episode 11,
Mm-hmm.
and we in here, man. We gotta hit him with another one, cuz.
Yo.
Yeah, hit him with another one, man. Give us something, man.
Okay, yo, look, check this out, y'all. Focusing in on creating a plan or planning to fail. If you don't have a plan to fail. This is you can apply this philosophy in anything that you do in life. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, I'm gonna drop it on y'all, but then, I'm gonna use myself, first.
Okay.
Long story short, man, I'm kind of anal. So I pretty much write a whole lot of things out, and then I keep it on a vision board, and the vision board be right next to my bed. So everything that I do be extremely strategic, and it all adds up to the bigger picture. So before you create that plan, you got to know your ultimate goal. So long story short, let's say like you, I'm gonna throw this on y'all too. Ooh, this is like a gold nugget, man, for many people who don't know about this. SMART goals. You know what I'm saying? SMART goals. The acronym, to be honest with you, I kind of forgot what the SMART goal stands for, but I'm just going to drop this on you to a degree. You got to make sure that you have a time frame on it, that your goal is specific, that it's realistic. I'm pretty sure that's the R in there. Long story short, you got to kind of pretty much affirm it. You know what I'm saying? Like, write it out, write it all the way out, and then give yourself a time frame. You know what I'm saying? But that all, approach your plan like that. I know what it is, but it's hard for me to like just tell you the specific. I'm gonna put the research on you, and I'm gonna probably be a little bit petty when they talking, just to go ahead, pull that phone up real quick and throw that on y'all real quick, so that way y'all have that information for all the
I had to
people.
pull it up, but
Straight
yeah,
up,
go ahead,
drop
that's
it
fine.
on, drop
No,
it
that's
on.
fine. If
Okay,
if
cool.
you want them to do the homework, that's fine.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. But that was for all the lazy people, man, that don't really be wanting to research stuff, and they just kind of want to listen and get all the information. So you're gonna have to get off your tail to go out here and get it. But long story short, I write it out, and then I put it in front of my face, and I let it smack me everywhere I go. So it literally has to smack me everywhere I go. So, long story short.
What you got to say, T? Your face said it all. Said literally smack me.
Hey, I'm telling you, man, front row seats to
Is
it.
your hands up when they smack you?
I'm telling you, man. It's a run smack. You know what I'm saying? It's a
Right.
wake up. Pow, you know what I'm saying? But to be straightforward with you, just like what's that? Like I sat down. Okay, so just drop this on y'all, man. It's okay. So recently, I just took my counseling exam probably like 2 days ago.
Okay.
So with this, what's crazy is I'm gonna just throw this on y'all. Even with the adversities, you know what I'm saying? I created a plan, and that plan actually failed. You know what I'm saying? To prepare myself for this. But I'm saying that to say this, man. I went in there, I missed it by 14 points. I'm gonna just sum it up like that. So I feel like I'm close, and as opposed to like, oh man, get all down and get all bad. Okay, I immediately, when I got out of there, ran to my phone just to jot down any information I could remember, just to make sure that I'm properly prepared for it next time. I'm like, all right, cool. So I gotta go ahead due to disclosure things. I can't like say what it is I prepared for, but preparing for this test. But basically, to a degree, I just ran to the car, man, took some notes on it, man, and then got my energy together. And as opposed to like throwing myself down in the trash can, I began to like, okay, well, remember how this feels. And how can you plan for success based off of everything that you're feeling right now? So I'm saying it to say this, as you planning for things, and let's say your plans fall through, take those as learning lessons and learning opportunities. So that way, just remember, okay, so how can I not be here? So I know right now that I got to be real strategic with the time that I place to the side to hit them books. You know what I'm saying? Just to be 100% real. But more importantly, too, what I've also learned, I actually scored higher than I ever have on this exam when I just kind of kicked back, chill, and just kind of embraced everything that was coming my way and got my spirit and energy together before I stepped into that test room. Yeah, I was talking smack to that test. But, more importantly, I just said a couple of prayers and was like, you know what, God, I just appreciate you giving me the strength to just come on in here and face this, because it's a beast, you know what I'm saying, to face something that, you ain't properly prepared for. But more importantly, too, just the face of fear, you know what I'm saying? So the fear of failure, you know what I'm saying? You can't be afraid to fail, you know what I'm saying? So when you creating them plans out there, and you know what I'm saying, if you don't have a plan, remember what I said earlier, if you don't have a plan to fail. So, as opposed to so remember I told you, when I first planned, I was like, okay, cool. So I'm going to wake up every day, 4 a.m., hit the books. That ain't go too good because I was up too many nights in a row, holding the family down, making sure everybody cool and smooth. So that way we structuring everything because we took a couple of L's. But long story short, not to make no excuses, I'm like, okay, cool. So it's beyond study time. So what I need to focus on is building my energy, making sure my energy is centered, doing the things that I like to do to make sure that when I go in here, I got a clear mind and I'm able to stand strong. So when I take this punch to the face, which is what it was, I was able to take it and just kind of dissect it and be like, okay, cool. So it's a lesson in this. Okay, so how can I be better prepared? Not literally in my mind start tinkering and thinking like, okay, well, what can I do next time? But I'm saying all that to say this. Sometimes your plans change. Sometimes your plans evolve. But just take it a step at a time, and don't be afraid of failure, because ultimately, man, within that plan is all plans pretty much coming to fruition a step at a time if you're willing to take a step at a time. And then oh, I ain't gonna drop that on y'all, but it's like I kind of want to, but I don't want to offend anybody. But allow yourself grace, but at the same time, it's a thin line between grace and BS. So you know what I'm saying? Just make sure that you ain't BSing when it comes to your plans, and you know what I'm saying? Slam dunk them joints. So the journey ain't stopping.
Real talk.
No, I like what you said too, man, about if you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Yes, sir.
Cause I'm real big on I gotta see stuff. So I make when I hear stuff, I make things up in my head on how that really look like. So I agree with that so much because I believe that we all is in the water, right? We all in the water, and not planning for me is just basically being taken wherever the water takes you, right? Yep. But having a plan is like you having a paddle, you know what I'm saying? Or you got something to direct you through the water, you know what I'm saying? Based off of where you want to go.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I'm saying? So I look at it like that. So and I think that's so important because, again, like what you said, Noob, it's either you gonna plan to go somewhere or accomplish something or do something specifically, or you just gonna let something take you wherever it goes. You know what I'm saying? And then you're not gonna be in a situation that you want. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to say too that. So if we looking at that scenario oh, okay, we all in the water. Some people got paddles. Paddles represents the plan to direct them through the water and the currents and all that stuff, right? But sometimes I feel like within that plan, you will fail. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say that you may been paddling yourself all the way east in the water, right? But then a current swung by and put you back west. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that the plan is off because you still got your paddle to direct you to where you need to and want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then again, you still got blown out by the wind or the current or the water or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can I?
Hey, go ahead.
Okay. Man, I like how you use that analogy. Okay, so the plan is the paddle pretty much is the plan, or the plan is the paddle, and you paddling your way in this water, and what's that? The environment could be hitting you at the same time. And in my mind, I was like, okay, so what if the water was the vision and the paddle was the plan to conquer your journey on the water? And then I was thinking like, you know, what's crazy is some people never even get the boat into the water. They just be chilling with a paddle in their hand, be confused on how to use it.
Straight up. Straight up.
Oh, beast mode.
Straight up.
Ooh, in the opposite direction, man.
Ooh. Can I use your boat?
Yeah.
Can you take me?
No, for real. That's a fact. That's a fact.
And, I mean, even adding on to that, like, if you trip off of it, you gotta be careful who you let on,
Man.
because they can sink the ship.
Sink their shit.
So you gotta be careful.
Sheesh.
You gotta be careful who you let.
Somebody's plan might be to, like, their paddle might be to put a hole in your boat. You know what I'm saying? You let them in your boat, and they plan is to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
Their plan is to destroy it. Then they ain't gonna even help you paddle. My arms hurt.
Ooh, yeah.
They
What
gon-
you said?
Yeah,
What
they
you
gon-
said?
They're gonna jump out.
Or bring on so much luggage that they don't even see and just start to sink your boat. I'm like,
Facts.
oh, snap.
Facts.
You know,
Facts.
Gotta be careful about that.
man.
I definitely got to be careful. I want to say too, like, your plan had to align with God willing too. You know what I'm saying? God wills. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes we do plan things out of what we want to do, but whole time it ain't really necessarily even what we want to do. It's all in God's will. You know what I'm saying? And I was watching something on Instagram or TikTok or one of them, but it was kind of like saying that mental illness comes from planning without God, because like it's so hard on the mental to even figure out why this is not working for you. You know what I'm saying? But whole time, mind you, just think about a time in your life, just for everybody in the audience, and then of course y'all two brothers next to me. Think about just a time where you accomplished something so easily, like you didn't even think about it, you just did it. You know what I'm saying? And I think about it, and I'm using myself as an example, is like with my barber journey. I love barbering so much that, like, I mean, it's everything. I honestly believe it changed my life. But at the time, leaving college, man, going into barber school, shout out to St. Charles Barber College, by the way, too.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Alumni.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Going into the school, he didn't take financial aid at the time or whatever, right? So it was like, okay, I had to come up with, what was it, like $2,500 at the time. Okay, and I had that. I was working or whatever when I came home. I had that, but I had to basically pay the remaining balance at the time out of pocket cash. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. So we set up a payment plan. Thank God. Shout out to Mr. Desi and stuff like that. And I worked it out. But it was like $10,000 at that time was a lot of money to me, right? But I didn't even think about how much money that was. I just automatically was like, oh, well, I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. Like, I didn't even think about, like, oh, snap, that's $10,000 I got to come out of pocket. It didn't even come to my mind that, like, whoa, how am I going to do this? I just did it. You know what I'm saying? I just simply did it. So I'm saying that to say that was a time to where, like, it made so much sense to me that I didn't even question it. I didn't have no stress whatsoever. I was going to get this done, and I was going to accomplish it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I did, you know what I'm saying? But I'll just say that because, like, those be moments where it's like, it had to be under God's will. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to become a barber to be where I'm at today. I feel like I really do believe that, and God's seen that, you know what I'm saying? But in another situation where it was like, okay, well, I'm struggling to do something that I want, and this is causing so much headaches and pain because I'm trying to sit here and scramble in my head now. Why is this not working? You know what I'm saying? But the whole time, it may not just be in God's will. So that, again, like, I'm reversing it back to, like, the mental health, in a sense, the mental illness, I'm going to say, part of it. You know what I'm saying? Not saying, I know it's, of course, different reasons of mental health, and I know it's serious case, and I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying it's a form of it, I believe, though.
No, for sure. I'll say this, though, like, kind of going off what you just said, I would say this, like you just saying, God's will, right?
Mm-hmm.
God blessed you with what he, like you say, following his will, his way. If you follow that, it ain't. And I think what people forget is what he's blessing you with is not just for you.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It's for you and others. Like, you got to forget, like, remember that it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
What he's blessing you with is not for you. It's for you and to help others.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's going to help you directly because you following his way.
Facts.
But at the same time,
It ain't
look
about
how many.
me.
Yeah, look, it ain't about you at all. But look who you affecting about what your gift is.
Mm-hmm.
Your gift is to help others. It's not about you. And I think people forget that when they come into anything that they doing in life, that they think it's about them. Like, hey, look what I got. Look what I got. No, what you got is motivating other people to get those things, to say, hey, you know what? I didn't see that at first. Now I can see it. Now I believe that I can do it now because I see that Malik is doing. I see that Nuke is doing it. Now I feel like I can do it now. Because at the end of the day, it's not about you.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what you doing your part. Now it's like, because it's like we look so much into like the celebrities and stuff like that, and like look at what they got. But at the same time, like, you have to be thankful for what you do have and follow that gift and respect it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's a responsibility with your gift. So, yeah.
Look, this came into my mind from the meetings that I'll be attending. How can I serve God's will and not mine's? I'm gonna repeat that. How can I serve God will and not mine?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much, man. Just that's like a form which I was explaining, man. Ultimate servitude, to a degree, man. You on your path, man, and your path, man, just kind of like affects everything around you, man. You know what I'm saying? And if you operating godly, man, just that in itself, man, can have a tremendous impact in those around you, man. And to be straightforward with you, it took a long time for me to get there. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm seeing a tremendous impact in my circle, man. It's just crazy, man, that y'all done brought it up. So, man, I really, truly appreciate y'all brothers saying that, man. Hey, that was right on time, man.
For sure.
It's right on time.
No, that's a difference, but it's like it still goes back to your lane.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you focusing on. Like,
No, that's a fact.
it's so real.
It only makes sense. It only makes sense for it to be in your lane, like you said, though. It's you can only do what you can do. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
I mean, and it's the same thing. Like, so for all the people that don't like water and don't like being on boats, it's the same thing if you're in the car, if you're on your bike.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
being on the road.
Yeah, just be on the road. Just stay in your lane with it. Like, even if, that engine light is on, figure out why that engine light is on. So that's in your life, too. So figure what that is and handle it. And then get back on the road and keep going. If you get a flat tire, fix whatever you got to do. Get back on that road. Do not stop.
I was just finna say that.
Detours. Detours. If they're doing road construction, because if you on 270, they doing it every day. Like, you ain't getting where you need to go. But, yeah, it's other ways to your destination.
Yeah, it's other ways. That means you find a way, and just stay focused, because it's going to get, like you said, the environment, like, stuff is going to come your way, regardless of, if you want it or not. But it's up to you to say, hey, well, I need new windshield wipers. Let me make sure I can see where I'm going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you don't know where you're going, but just keep going.
You know what I'm saying? Put refuel the tank. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're putting stuff inside the tank, because like he said, when that check engine light come on and you on your way to accomplishing your plan, your goals, etc. Just imagine if you ignore the engine light, you know what I'm saying? Then the tire light might come on, you know what I'm saying? Then the oil light might come on, you know what I'm saying? Like my man said, the windshield wipers. Next thing you know, you ain't really got no gas for real, or you know what I'm saying? You've been rolling and just ain't been paying attention. Next thing you know, the plates expire. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
no,
it's not your starter; it's your alternator.
But long story short, man, saying all that to say, man, make sure you address what's there, man, as opposed to just ignoring it, man, because many people, man, just afraid to face what's there, man. That's crucial, man.
Like a mug, bro, like a mug, man, and you can't avoid it, because it's gonna come along with you everywhere you try to move. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a shadow. So if you ain't conquering it or knocking it out, you know what I'm saying, facing it, whatever the case may be, it's still going to be there, just piling up.
Yo, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yo, I want to key into this. Now we done talked about the plan, undoubtedly, 100%, and the failure piece. You know what I'm saying? How do you confront and face failure? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of the times, man, when people take a punch, sometimes people just fall down. You know what I'm saying? And stay down. I'm gonna just kind of like use an example. What's that? When I was taking my school counseling exam, you know what I'm saying? I had got to the point, man, where I'm gonna say this was kind of like conditioning. I had talked about this, and I think no, actually it's in my bio on the website, man. How I failed my teaching exam, like I don't know, probably about 11 times. I don't know, a whole lot of times.
Man.
But long story short, I'm saying that to say to the point where it almost drove me insane, missing about like 1 point. But I'm saying that to say this, and it actually made me question my intelligence, But long story short, man, went to barber school, passed the exam. So I'm like, okay, I know I ain't slow. And so I said, let me get another crack at this. So, but I'm saying all that to say this. Because of my experience with that massive failure, and it was a life-changing failure. It was the kind of failure like where like, yo, people depending on you, family on your back. If you got those kind of responsibilities, man, where people just kind of like, depending on you, then your failures, man, carry more weight. But
Yeah.
I'm saying that to say this, man, with that school counseling exam, even though I failed it, I was at a point in my life where I'm like, you know what, man, enough is enough. I'm tired of stressing. I'm tired of questioning my worth. I'm going to do what I need to do. And it's just going to keep on. And that is in itself to keep going. Because I know that if I have this in my mind, this is in my target. What's that? I'm going to reflect on David Goggins real quick. He was saying, like, nothing wants to stay in front of anything that continues to attack it. So I approached the test just like that. I'm like, okay, well, I ain't get it this time, but I know I'm gonna keep coming for it. I'm gonna keep on attacking. I'm gonna keep on hitting it with everything that I got, and eventually I'm gonna get it. And what's crazy is, man, the day that I passed this exam, I ain't even know I passed. I'm like, yo, I walked in the office and I grabbed my paper and I walked out because I was gonna go to the car again, put everything down that I need to study, and just eat it and keep going. But when that paper said pass on, I was like, time stop. I'm like, hold up. This doesn't say F-I-L. This says P-A-S-S. And then I read it. It said pass. And then I looked at it. It said pass. And then I held the paper up in the light. I'm like, it said pass. I'm like, I done straight up passed this joint. And I was on my way to the car, literally like a step towards the door. Ain't even looking. I'm like, I just grabbed the paper. I'm like, okay, cool. All right, we'll be back. That's what I said to myself when I grabbed the paper. I'm like, we'll be back. And I'm like, okay, this word is different. Okay, hold up. You know what I'm saying? I had to just slow down, man, and just take that in. I ain't gonna even lie, man. I turned on up, man, was speeding on the highway and everything, man, with my arms out, you know what I'm saying? Feeling the earth, feeling the breeze, man, because it was a tremendous accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? But it all came from all those failures or failing situations that I had in my life prepared me to continue to face failure at a magnitude to where failure ain't even exist. It was just a part of the journey. It's like where I'm at right now, like I understand like failing is a part of the journey. It's mainly more so about the mind state when that failure approaches you. And I was talking to my partner in crime, you know what I'm saying, my lady, you know what I'm saying, who had all 4 of my babies, you know what I'm saying, shout out to her.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying, right on. But I told her, I was like, yo, look, you know what I'm saying? Anytime when the car's down, anytime when we out, you know what I'm saying? Anytime when we got any L's, the L's ain't really L's, they all lessons. How can we take this situation and grow from it? It's a reason, you know, that we go through these things. You know what I'm saying? It's always something there to be found out or to evolve from. And I refuse to believe any other way. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying all that to say, yo, it took a long time, and believe me, man, you know, sometimes, man, you could feel so bad, man, where it just puts you in a dark place. But I'm saying that to say this, man, it's all about the energy, man, what you telling yourself, what you feeding yourself spiritually, man. And I'm going to be straight real with y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, last year Oh, it was ugly, man. Yeah, it was a beast. But a blessing, you know. Shoot, hey, drop this on y'all, man. I was 75 pounds lighter than what I am now. But I had got hit with some hardcore things in life. So I'm saying that to say this, that I am now, right now, in a better spiritual place than I was when I was 75 pounds lighter. So just imagine once I get everything locked back in on a journey that I was and incorporate more spiritual healing up in that. And then on top of that too, willing to face everything that come my way. Cause this time when I climbed back up that mountain, what's that? It was like a cartoon, like an animation thing where Kobe was climbing up the hill or whatever, dodging all kind of stuff on his way up to the mountain. And then, no, that was LeBron James. My bad. LeBron James was climbing the hill and, dodging all kind of things. And at the top, it was Mike Jordan. I think he was trying to chase down all the rings and everything to get to the top. I ain't a big basketball person, but that was kind of funny though. But I ain't gonna lie to you. But long story short though,
beat the scoring title.
yeah. But yeah, man. Long story short though, man. When you get knocked down, be willing to climb back up, and that's it. No matter how many times I'm getting knocked down, I just can't wait. When I approach that mountain the next time, I already know I'm finna go to the top of that joint. But what's crazy, the top of that joint is really only the beginning of a brand new journey or a brand new mountain to conquer. And that's going to come with so many other failures. And like I was telling one of my real close brothers, man, I was like, yo, look, I say, dang, man, that's crazy, man. I just lost my whole train of thought, man. I'm sorry, y'all. I just zoned all the way out, man.
Get to the mountain, and it's a new beginning.
Okay, so look, man. I was telling one of my close brothers, man, just straight. I was like, yo, look, man. That's crazy, man. I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm gonna let one of y'all take it over, man. You're gonna have to and then get back. But man, you know what, man? Y'all just take
we
this.
ain't doing nothing.
I appreciate that, man.
Raw.
This is the grind y'all hearing. I've been up at 3 a.m. just attacking stuff just to prepare myself. That's another thing too, man. Point this on a side note from that conversation is the days that I wake up extra early because I'm like an early bird. If I can't go back to sleep when I wake up earlier than my early time, which is 4 a.m. every day, 4 a.m. my alarm smack me up. Get your A up. It's time to grind. And a lot of times, man, I hit the snooze button, or I just stir at it, or I just be like, just kind of like in limbo land. And the times that I hit the snooze button is because I've been up like super late. But I'm saying all that to say this. Today, I woke up like extra early before the alarm went off. But I'm saying that to say I took that time to get everything prepared so I can execute my plans more efficiently and accurately.
That's what's up.
Man, that was just beautiful, bro. Because, I mean, you telling the story about failure and getting back up. And literally, and you talking, you lost your whole train of thought. Forgot, like, what you was telling your homie, but then you still gave him a message, man. That right there was a failure, and then getting right back up and getting it again. You know what I'm saying? So look at it like that. That's how I'm seeing it, man. So that was dope, bro. That was dope. And I want to say, I didn't say this earlier in the episode, but it's my mama's birthday today. So
hey,
happy birthday, mama.
Happy birthday, mama.
Love you.
Happy birthday
No, fact.
to you.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday to you.
You already know.
Happy birthday, dear mama.
Mama.
Happy birthday to you. Love you.
Love you,
That's
love
what's
you.
up,
I know
man.
you looking at us.
Yes, sir.
Happy, proud.
Yes, sir.
Yep,
But
you already
yeah.
know.
So yeah, first off, I'm feeling good today too. I forgot to say that, but yeah. So it's a celebration of my mom's B-Day and stuff like that. But I want to add to what you were saying too, Noop, about the felon and or more so like the mind state that you in when you having these fails and these hiccups basically in life. So my brother, shout out to Jordan, man. My brother, he had told me one time that like GPS, when you type in a destination or whatever, and we can go back to the roads or the location and all that stuff, just to give y'all like a picture of what's really going on. When you type in a destination and all that stuff to where you want to go, right?
Yeah.
It only can tell you where you want to go if it know where you is.
Yep.
So if you look at it like that, it cannot give you that route if it don't know where you at. You know what I'm saying? So again, too, so I think that's so important because we still have to know exactly what state, what mindset we are in or where we are physically to get to where we need to go. You know what I'm saying?
That is it right there.
You know what I'm saying?
That right. I'm glad. Hey, look, I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Look.
Hey, for sure.
Okay. So look, that just triggered the memory, man, because I blacked all the way out on y'all, and I apologize to the viewers. You know what I'm saying? The listeners. Hey, I'm back. But yo, man, look, telling a real close brother of mine, man. With every level you conquer, right? You know what I'm saying? New demons or new hardships began to manifest itself into the current reality of who you currently is. So how you used to once face your problems, you know, you pretty much knocking those out of the ballpark. But the person who you is today in your current reality has new things to approach you, and you got to be ready and you got to be prepared to conquer that. So I'm saying that to say this, man, as you evolve and as you accomplishing your plans or your goals and developing it into a whole new you and creating a whole new reality for you, just remember, you know what I'm saying, the enemy is always looking at a way to attack you, and you always got to be like prepared for it, because if you're not prepared, you can get knocked back down that mountain. And to be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? That, you know, to be straightforward, that's what happened to me. I got knocked back down that mountain. But then, you know what I'm saying? As I got down at the bottom of that mug, I began to get my spirit together, get my energy together. I'm starting to look up at that mug, and I'm starting to go ahead and, putting my hand on that mountain. I'm starting to climb that joint. So I'm saying that to say this. As you accomplish new mountains, expect new things to approach you that you aren't prepared for, but you gotta be prepared for them. The whole idea of expecting things to come your way is a form of preparation in regards to what you're gonna be facing. So if you like, oh yeah, I made it here, ain't nothing finna happen, then you have already failed. But if you assume things are gonna happen and you are working every day to prepare your things for the things that happen, then you will always be ready. Even when you're not ready. Just imagine if you never did the preparation to be ready in the first place. Where would you be?
That's a fact.
That's it, man.
I ain't even gotta say much, man. Y'all can keep talking. Y'all dropping all the jewelry, the jewelry.
But see, I got one from you, bro. Like, so T always tell me, man, like some people wish that they the boss. They wish they could be this. They wish they could be that. But again, like what Noob was saying, bro, that you don't know what come with that, man. Like you don't know the challenges that come with that and bring with that and the stress that come with stuff like that. So it's like you conquering all these mountains to become a shop owner and an owner of multiple things, matter of fact, but just conquering each mountain, those habits on this whole journey of yours made this not necessarily easier for you, but easy to manage, easy to challenge, and easy to keep going. But if it wasn't for those accomplishments, I feel like for you to that you have achieved, basically, you wouldn't. Everybody would fail. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have been a terrible situation. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. Nah, right on, bro. And I say this too with the failure thing, just like something real quick. When failure happens, you have to expect a different version of yourself. You're not gonna be the same person no more. So when that failure happens to you, understand you're not gonna be that same person. It's gonna cause you to be uncomfortable. It's gonna cause you. It's gonna cause you to be a different version.
This might
of yourself.
be my favorite episode right here. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was on fire.
And bro, it's crazy because like failure, man, it's a whole nother beast because it's gonna determine, like you said, the characteristics, the character of that person when it's time for that change. Because at that moment, it's gonna teach you, like you said, preparation, planning it out, or like the title itself, create a plan or plan to fail. That's just how it goes. If you don't expect to be a different person, you ain't gonna get a different outcome.
And think about that too, man. A different person is a different beast. Like everybody can't take failure, you know what I'm saying, easy. You know what I'm saying? Really nobody can, because it is a hard thing to face, right? It's a super hard thing to face, and nobody wants to feel like they're less than. But I feel like those times are just simply humbling moments. You know what I'm saying? They humbling moments because guess what? Know what you was explaining with your test and stuff. I have the same story where I failed my barber test literally 9 times, and on the 10th time I passed it. But mind you, I love barbering. You know what I'm saying? But then again, before I even got in school, I had asked God to prepare me for barbering, and one day I want to become a barber instructor on my own barber college, right? So guess what? I believe that I had to fail my barbering test that many times so that I can appreciate barbering. You know what I'm saying? And I just believe that's my journey. I'm not saying that for anybody else, but I know for a fact if I would have passed my barber test the first time, I would have never opened my barber book open again. Like I would have never opened that back up again whatsoever, to know that certain things in that book, I had to read that book front to back. And once I read that book front to back, and then from assistance from you two, knew we was talking about this yesterday, grabbing that one little book that helped me basically, I killed it. You know what I'm saying? I killed my test, but it was, again, too, I was missing about 1 point, 2 points, 5 points. And I'm just like, man, like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? And I pretty much questioned my whole ability and am I even built for this, or do I even should be doing this? You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff came up. But if it wasn't for me keeping going to what I feel like God's will for me, you know what I'm saying? I would have never affected the people I've affected. You know what I'm saying?
And you wouldn't have respected how you respect.
I would have never, and that's really what I was trying to say exactly. I would have never even appreciated barbering how I appreciate that now. So it's like you have to go through those hiccups, those failures, those detours, whatever the case may be, because that's gonna really appreciate where you at now. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy, man? When you said you was reading the book from front to back, that's what I was doing with this counseling book, man. I was, to be straightforward with you, I kept reading from front to front to front to front and just adding on to it. So that way I done probably read the front of that book probably about a good, I don't know, man. I done kind of blacked out on how many times I done read the front, but because I was blacking out on studying to the point where I was getting burnt out. Yeah. But I'm saying that to say this, it got to be times 10 that next round. Oh yeah. That test got me up. Y'all already know what it is, man.
It's finna go down.
For sure, man.
And if y'all key in here, man, what I want y'all to really key in to what Brother Bo was saying, man, is just perseverance. And then within that perseverance, he gained true appreciation, man. And you can apply that to any journey, man. Just go. And when you go, regardless of the scars that you receive, man, you will truly embrace what's meant for you during that time when it's meant for you.
Yeah.
I mean, just start running away from it and run the race, man. Run it. Stop running from it. You can do it.
Boom, like that.
And just know it's not that far away.
Man.
It's not that far away. You just got to start running from it. It's only far away when you neglect it, man. That's the only time it becomes so far away and not, reachable to where you're like, man, I can go get it. But you got to be steadfast, man. You got to.
That's dope. I like that.
You got to go get it. It's only.
And again, I got to add an analogy with that, because how I'm seeing that is like you said, you only far away from it when you neglect it. So it's like hoarding.
Yep.
When you pile up stuff, and it's one piece of paper that you're looking for, but now you got to go through all of this stuff just to get to that.
You got cockroaches,
rats, spider webs, all type of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to go through all of that now. You know what I'm saying? Just to face it. But if you would have just conquered it and faced it when it came up, when that check engine light ding, bro,
that's all you got to do.
How much easier it would have been.
Let's go diagnose the problem.
That's it. Charge $39 for that.
But you rather go get emos and neglected and realize why you ain't getting certain things.
Boy, this is my favorite episode.
It's crazy.
Yo, I'm gonna throw this on y'all real quick, man. And I received this years ago in my we're gonna say early 20s or 19, 18 stages. I think it was about 20 years old, 19 or 20. Going back to Mr. Henry, shout out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Gonna hit you with this one, man. I remember when you was telling me, man, when you wake up in a day, the first couple of interactions will dictate the rest of your day. So if you get hit with some good stuff in the morning, then you pretty much gonna have a good day. If you get hit with some bad stuff in the morning, then chances are you got a little. This is the catch-22 with the bad stuff. You got a little bit of time to redirect your thought processes to operate back on the positive frequencies. So that's basically how it was breaking it down to me. So I'm saying that to say this. When you out here planning and you waking up every day to take a step at a time, remember that bad things going to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Good things gonna happen to you. Just keep going either way, but make sure that you check your frequencies, man, as you continue to step. So that way you ain't falling down in a trash can. It's okay to fall in that trash can, but you better go ahead and start climbing on out and don't make that trash can a home. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to come by, throw a rotten apple in there with a worm up in there and tell you that it's stinking up in there. You probably done pooped up in there, but you don't want to be that person. You don't want to be that guy. Non-sex is that guy could be that female or that male. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be that person, man. Then I'm going to have to close the lid because you stinking. And I'm going to probably be petty and roll that trash can down the hill. But I'm saying that to say this, hoping that the trash can don't get ran over by a car. The next thing you know, it's floating in the river somewhere where the real people out there putting the boats on the water, taking that paddle with the plan and operating with efficiency. Woo! You know what I'm saying? But long story short, man, y'all people out there, man, that just falling in the trash can, man, standing in the trash can, got me stuttering over my words. So don't be that person, man, that just mess up stuff. Be the other person, man, that take the courage, that has the courage to put that boat on the water, that has that paddle, to paddle steadfast, that has the courage to look at that check engine light and take it to the shop and operate on it. Re-up on that gas and just keep driving on that lane to go ahead and make stuff happen. Because at the end of the day, if you don't make it happen, then who will? Yeah. And then more importantly, if you got people that's leaning on you, who actually, I can't even say leaning on you, because it's people that lean on you, but then it's also people that you got to carry. If you ain't strong enough to carry that weight, you're going to get crushed by it. So make sure that you still and always, you know what I'm saying, operating at a place where you always improving. You know what I'm saying? Because losses is only lessons. And lessons is only blessings. And blessings you can spread. Let's turn up.
Just
and
like
y'all
that.
heard me though.
Just like that.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Best way to put it. But I say, man, at the end of the day, y'all get out there and make something of yourself. No more excuses. Get to it.
And just do it.
Stop running. Stop running. Stop running. Face it. And make sure you have that armor on you. Make sure you got God on your side, man.
Yes.
You can't do this by yourself.
No, better not.
Try it if you want to.
You better
Yes.
Try it if you want to.
You're gonna lose.
You're gonna lose.
You're gonna fail.
Yes.
Oh man, but yeah, man. I just wanted to get y'all on here, man. This good subject today, and it say create a plan or plan to fail.
Yes, sir.
Just how it go.
You are now listening to
The City
Talk
Podcast. Boom.
Let's go.